Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. That is caught by Lamb.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Flushed out right.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
They snap it to Fields.
And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Meanwhile, Herbert's Tolbert hauls it in.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Now it's Fields.
It's Williams on the catch. And he's got room.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter.
1st and goal from the 3.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, a run with Herbert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 14-yard line. A big play there on the option. 56 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields sliding out of the pocket. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fields now to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Fields. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. From just shy of midfield, Fields. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Play action. It's Fields.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could on Herbert, his third interception. Kevin King with a pick. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And his pass is intercepted for the... Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Now that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You know, you force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Herbert.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Pollard to return from the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. that's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. CeeDee Lamb, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. On the move past the 40. Big strides. Look at him go. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To the air again, Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Herbert now. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On fourth down, Herbert. And now here is another interception. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Fields. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play through. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, here's Fields. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Dante Fowler with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. To credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick.
And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air,
oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one.
And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Now Fields.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
From the 50, here's Fields.
He's got a man, complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Here's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here is Montgomery on 3rd and goal. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Chicago, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Dallas,